going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls?
What do you
It's
mean,
and
what
things of all ages.
Well, beat his ass.
There you go. Beat his ass.
Jesus. My dog is getting on the table after chicken. He's got to die.
So yeah, anyways, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's and things of all ages. Welcome to VD4GM. Tonight. Anyways, it's just the two of us.
Just the two. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not gonna sing that song either.
Well, I mean, it's Will Smith. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm from Philly, so he can no. By the way, he's not from Philly. He's from King of Prussia. He's a rich kid.
Fair enough. Hey, you froze up, by the way.
Hold on.
I know what it is too. I know what it is. There it is. There you
What?
go. When you switch over screens,
Yeah, I minimized for just a second and it lost its mind.
Yep. So, any hoots. Tonight we are going to talk about a couple things that are somewhat D&D related. We talk about some things that matter to us veterans as well, because that's what we do here at VD4GM. We talk about things that matter to us as veterans, and any veteran that is a proper veteran should be interested in what we talk about.
Well,
I mean, okay, fair enough.
Unless you're a Marine, then we understand because you're crayon still.
I was going to say, unfortunately, we don't have a box of Kralos that can come through the camera like a Willy Wonka bar, so you might be excluded from it. But anyways, hopefully everybody's doing good. How you doing, Daddy bro? How's everything on?
I'm here. I'm tired. I slept till like noon today, which I never do.
You never sleep.
Not like that. I was tired. Yeah. Missed the wife's morning medicines. It was a bad time all the way around. So I fixed it. It's all good.
Okay, well that's good. So yeah. Anyways, anything interesting going on and that we should definitely be talking about, like the
No, nothing.
Well, nothing.
I'm not falling into that trap.
Yeah, come on, let's talk about it. All
right.
We were just talking about it. So
the famous thing right now, apparently everyone and their mother's losing their mind over this Zelensky thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's because they have a fundamental misunderstanding of how diplomacy works and foreign policy and how the military really works, in my opinion. It's pretty simple. If you are a foreign leader, right, and you are relying on the United States of America to provide you tactical support by giving you weapons and arms and huge monetary amounts, right?
Right.
And you get called into the White House because it's time to fix some stuff. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And the bottom line is there is a cohort of people, and you know who you are. I'm looking at you lefties. And I'm not just talking about American left. I'm talking about everybody in Europe, because what they've done now is they've weaponized this and they say, oh, look, J.D. Vance and the Trumpsters, they're bullies. They're such meanies. They make comments about his clothing and they told him to shut up. Well, he was disrespectful first. Secondly, this was planned. This was obviously planned by him. Now, in fairness, I doubt very much that the Ukrainian ambassador to the United States had a clue this was going to happen, because she looked mortified. She was shaking her head, and you could hear her saying, "What the are you doing? Are you out of your damn mind?" Because the bottom line, and anyone, and I will challenge anybody to challenge this belief. Okay, here it is. Ukraine, no matter how much money we pump into them, no matter how many cool weapons we let them use, we're never going to beat the Russians head up. It was never going to happen. And if you think it was, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. That's a fact. Ask anyone who's in the military, ask anyone who's done any kind of tactical training, has any fundamental understanding of how the military functions. This was a proxy war for the United States, period.
Yep.
and a way for Democrats, in my opinion, to basically launder money. Ukraine is the most corrupt country in the entirety of Europe. That's not my theory. That is a fact. Look it up. It's not hard to figure out. And if I hear one more person tell me that Trump is some imperialist dictator, I'm simply going to point to the fact that Zelensky's been there since his first inauguration, and he's still there. When is he going to have free elections in a country that's supposedly free? And don't give me we don't have elections during wartime. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Afghanistan, Iraq. I've seen it firsthand. Yes, we do. Do it right.
I was going to say, yeah, America is a prime example of that.
Yep. Not saying he wouldn't get reelected, because I don't know. I don't know enough about the Ukraine to say that, but I do know that his country is extremely corrupt. And basically, he got called to the woodshed, and Big Daddy said, "Look, we're done. We're not throwing bad money after useless money. We're done with this. We're done with these proxy wars. We're done babysitting you. If you're born," and what really set him off yes, he did in Russian. That is correct. Or not in Russian, in whatever they speak there. Under his breath, he said it. Yeah, and I didn't even want to go there, but yeah, he was insulting. And the bottom line is, thank you, by the way, for that comment or question. The bottom line here is, these jackoffs, you Great Britain, I'm talking to you assholes in the EU, all you leaders. Now you got my blood pressure up, damn it. You did it. Every one of you jackoffs, and I'm calling you that because that's what you are. Every one of you guys and ladies who are in a position of authority, are bureaucrat in a position of authority of the EU, take notice. Your time's up. We're done with you dumb downs. You're done. We're cutting your asses off. It is time to pay the bill. You want us to protect you, muscle up, buttercup. Why are the Germans so good at engineering? Because they don't pay for national defense. Why? Well, one, we didn't want them to. We shut them down because they have a nasty habit of starting war every time they have a military.
Yep.
Go figure. I get that one. But the rest of you all suck. And France, you're still my cabana boy. I can't stand you people. You make my head hurt. Look, the bottom line is Big Brother's got to stop being Big Brother all the time.
Yeah.
We have to start taking care of our own. We have to. Mm-hmm. And what really set Trump off was the fact that the EU gave them, I think, $100 billion, somewhere in that neighborhood, but it was a loan, and the Ukrainians paid them back. We gave them $350 billion, and it was a grant, and they're not going to pay us back. I don't think so, Scooter.
Yeah, right.
And what's even more fun is they don't even know where a bunch of the money is. They're like, you gave us $1 billion. We don't know where it went. You're like the Russians. You're losing nuclear subs. Good times.
Yeah.
Am I a fan? Does this make Trump Putin's lapdog? No, it doesn't. No. Stop that stupidness too. Okay, just stop it. Putin's days are numbered. He's dying, literally dying. Can't wait. Gonna have a party. He's like a Kennedy. I can't wait till he's gone. The bottom line is, whether you like him or not, he's a major player in the world scene. But the reality is, Russia is not what the Russia of old. This is not he's not reconstituting the USSR. So stop that nonsense. Yes, he's being aggressive. Why? Because you really want to know. Here's why. Barack Hussein Obama, my favorite Democrat to hate on, he cut a deal with the Ukrainians. He said, "Look, pumpkin, you give up." Because remember, at one time, the Ukraine had nuclear capabilities, right? They had nuclear weapons, if I'm not mistaken. He cut a deal to get all the nukes out of Ukraine. And he said, "Look, you throw down your arms, when you disarm, the United States will step in and protect you if Russia gets wild hair." Guess what happened? We didn't protect them. They rolled right in. And what do you think was going to happen? The Russians knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Obama is one of their best assets.
Well, but it's the thing, though. Russia didn't actually do anything to Ukraine until after Trump was out of office.
Of course, because he knew what would... look, power...
I'm just saying.
Power projects power, right?
Yeah.
And if you're... It's the Ronald Reagan mentality. Carry a big stick and hope you don't have to use it.
Right.
And the bottom line here, and Trump's bottom line here is, if we cut a deal with these people, right? Because let's be honest, they have rare earth elements that we want.
Right.
We're sick of dealing with the Chinese. Go figure. So you get another source that's quote unquote friendly to the West, right?
Mhm.
You get 50% or 40% or whatever percent of their rare elements, which is a win-win for us because it's stuff we need. And the best part of it is because we are there, because our industry is in their country, there is no way on God's green earth that Putin's going to come after that. He's not
Yep.
that dumb.
No, and a lot of people forget that Putin is to Russia what Chuck Norris is to America.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, like I mean, he really is.
Well, he's full of it. I mean, I'll take Chuck Norris any day because Chuck Norris will kick him right in the ding ding, and that'll be the end of that. I get it. He's a judo champ or whatever. He knows judo and 5 other Chinese words. I'm not impressed with Putin at all. Putin is what he is, though. He was ex-KGB. He's not a dumb man. And
no,
he's
not.
He's a hardliner. He's definitely a problem. But the reality is this. He's smart enough to understand that this is a bear you don't want to poke. Right? If we step in there and the real issue right now is all these idiots who are running around Twitter, the Twitterati, the guys who are jumping into Facebook and all. Oh, I stand with Ukraine. Do you, pumpkin? Do you really? Because they don't stand a damn chance.
Yeah.
And the only idiots that say stupid stuff like that are 1, people who've never been to Ukraine, 2, C1, and 3, people who probably never served in the military because they don't understand.
Yeah.
The Russian military, for as much as they've bungled it, they're still a threat. And there's still people you got to be worried about. And I'm not blasting the Ukrainians. I understand their hatred of these guys. I get it. And I get why Zelensky doesn't want to end this war. Well, there's 2 main reasons. 1, he has an unbridled hate for this man. It's very apparent. He does not like Putin. And I don't blame him because the guy's threatening his life. Okay, you got a point there, buddy. But 2, he has provided a power vacuum that has created his nest egg, if you will. What did the Ukrainian leader do before he was a professional leader of Ukraine? Oh, he was a comedian. Yeah. He was a comedian. He wasn't even an actor. He was a comedian.
Well, yeah, he did a movie right before he became president.
Okay, great.
That's what I'm saying.
That means he's vapid and he doesn't know anything. Got it. Name one person in Hollywood that you would want to see as a world leader other than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Donald Trump.
He's not. Well, okay, fine. Technically, he did some acting too, I guess. He did some cameos. Fair enough.
Yes, he did.
And he had his own stupid show, which was really bad. But his book's even worse. Look, and I am not I want to be clear. I am not a Trump fanboy.
Yeah, no.
I don't like populists. I find them to be more dangerous than a lot of leftist crazy people because at least the leftist crazy person has an ideology and I can look at it and go, yeah, now I don't want to deal with that. Populists tend to put the finger up and they go, which way is the wind going today? And that makes me very nervous. Do I believe he's an oligarch and in the pocket of Putin? Absolutely not, because they both have these super big egos. And let's be really, really honest and transparent here. Name one political leader that doesn't have a freaking megalomaniac complex going on. Name one. I can't think of one. Yeah. To want that role, you have to be a driven personality type. You have to want power for some reason or another, whether it's for patriotism or not. I don't care. You're still a megalomaniac.
Even a megalomaniac, though, if they did become president or world leader of their country, they still their version of what they're doing is patriotism.
Right.
I mean, it's the evil complex, right?
Right.
So, like, if you look at every superhero movie or with a hero and a villain, the villain thinks he's doing good by what he's doing.
Well, and look, you gotta look. I'm gonna lay something on you guys you probably don't know. Okay. If you understand, the problem is, here's the number one problem: the West does not understand Putin, and they do not understand Russian Orthodoxy. They don't understand it. The people who understand this are in the intelligence community, and they've been quietly whispering for years, hey, stop poking these guys. Yep. Leave them the hell alone. Here's what I mean by this. The Russians, as a population, for the most part, are part of what's called the Russian Orthodox Church, okay? It's a form of Catholicism that's pretty strict. They see the West as decadent. Okay.
Yep.
They see the fact that we put up with a lot of multicultural stuff and LGBTQ, XYZ, whatever, because we tolerate all that stuff. They see us as an existential threat to their way of life. Period. Full stop. They don't have to like Putin to get behind that because it's a social thing that's built into their religion. Okay. And does that make them right? No. We need to learn some tolerance, boys and girls. We do. And I get it. But the reality is they don't. And they see themselves as a vanguard protecting the old order, if you will. Right. That's where they are. And that is a hard, whether you like to believe it or not, that's really hard to fight against. That's really hard to culturally adjust because it's kind of like part of the fiber of their personality. Okay. People have always for 1,000 years underestimated the Russians. Always. They're always underestimated. And that's why they never really lose the long and short of it. People say the United States won World War II. No, we didn't. The Russians did. The Russians paid the price. We came in and swept things up. And I know I'm going to catch some hate from people. Read a book. Look at the real history of it. The Russians were the ones that did it. Did they do it for just cause? Hell no. They're greedy bastards. They were literally taking brick by brick buildings down in different countries and moving them to Russia while the war was going on. I talk to people in Poland sometime. Ask them about it. They'll tell you. Go to Yugoslavia, look the old Czech Republic. And if you don't if the reason you guys don't understand this stuff is, one, they don't teach it in the West. Two, it is easy to have a straw man / boogeyman in Putin. Is Putin a good guy? Hell no. He's a thug. He's a third-rate dictator. And to be quite honest, he's not very good at it. He's not. He hasn't been very successful. Now
he's just good at catching spies and people that are trying to.
Well, because he was one. He was the head of the KGB. I mean, he's not stupid.
Yeah, he's not.
And unfortunately, our assets aren't very good in most cases. So the reality. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, like, I mean, look at our sources. That, like, how many people can actually get into Russia and infiltrate anything?
You'd be surprised, actually.
I mean, but
I'm more afraid of going into North Korea than I am Russia right now. By the way, North Korea is an impossibility. It's just not going to happen because that's the personality there. But that's a whole different argument. The bottom line here with Putin is you get what you get, and as long as you understand you're dealing with a really, really bad guy, and I think people understand that, right? You got to hold him. You got to kind of hold him accountable. And I understand. Look, I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you that Zelensky didn't make valid points. Absolutely did. It's the way in which he did it that was stupid. He thought that if he showed that he had big cojones and whipped his out, that he could outwhip the Donald. Good luck with that. That was the dumbest thing ever. A little, a little diplomacy would have gone a long way here. What he should have just done is shook his hand and said, yeah, I'm in agreement that we need to get something done, and let the people in the background do their thing. But no, you go in the middle of national television in front of the United States of population with the president and vice president of the United States, and you call the vice president, first off, you call him a bitch in your language, and you think nobody noticed. We noticed. We did. And then you smart off at the president of the United States. And the reason you did that is because there is a left-leaning population in Europe that you are trying to rally behind your cause because you're stupid enough to believe they're going to save you. Newsflash, Skippy, you're the number one person on the chopping block. Yep. And the minute Russia realizes what's going on here, they're going to take Kiev now, probably. His days are numbered, unfortunately for him. And do I wish him ill? No, but I wish he would come to his senses and let the people who can do this do the diplomacy, because there is a way out of this. Even though, you see, Trump the bottom line here is Trump came to the realization really quick that the only way he was going to get a deal with the Russians is if the Russians can save face, because that is their society. It's just who they are, right? Does it make it right? No.
But Trump actually made some really good points though about Putin. Putin at any point could have created or started a war with America because
absolutely
we threw him under the bus.
This was a proxy fight the whole time, and he knew it.
Yeah.
And who would have blamed him? I wouldn't have blamed him.
I wouldn't have either.
It's not going to happen because Putin likes his head where it's attached, I think.
Yeah.
And the reality is now you have taken a step too far and you overplayed your cards, dude. You got called with a bunch. You're running with a deuce 7. You're acting like you got aces and you just don't.
Yeah.
And you're smoked because I promise you this: the French, whose national emblem is a banner, white banner with white 2 hands up like this. Yeah, they're not going to bail you out. The Belgians, their whole 10 people standing security force, they're not going to bail you out. Yeah. The Germans, what military did? Oh, wait, they're going to send a BMW group at you. Good luck. No, they'll send Rammstein. That'll do it. That might scare the Russians a little bit, but I don't think that's going to do much.
It'll definitely scare the North Koreans.
Well, yeah. No, they'd be like, oh, hello. But I mean, really, who in now, here's the exception to this rule. The one group of people that I think would actually put the fear of God into the Russians are the Finns. Because the Finns and the Russians have a history. If you don't know it, look it up. When the Russians tried to come into Finland into Scandinavia through Finland during World War II, you know what happened? They got stopped cold in their tracks. Because the Finns got some of the best sharpshooters in the world, and they did not care. And they were like, yeah, no, you're not coming here, buddy. The bottom line, though, now is there is a movement, even in Europe, for the right to take back power. It's starting to happen. Whether you like it or not, that's where we are. And these people, these bureaucrats that are holding on, they're seeing this as a rallying cry and an opportunity to push back. And what they don't understand is they are fundamentally setting themselves up for mega failure. Because all we're going to do is step back, pull the money, and watch it fall apart. And that's what we should do. Let them burn. Sorry. You play this game, you pay the price. And I get it. Y'all think because the Russians take you over, we got to be worried. No, we don't. Because I'm not afraid of the Russians. Yeah. I'm not even afraid of the Chinese, to be quite honest with you. I'm not. Because they've got this nice shiny red button right here. And I'm not look, not saying we should do it.
I will say the only thing that we should fear about China is the fact that they have the numbers.
Well, let them come to Texas. You won't have the numbers.
I agree. Japan had it right whenever they said that when you go to America, behind every blade of grass is a gun.
You'll find a gun. And you come to Texas, you're going to find 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, by all means, I am
bring it. Hey, I encourage. Look, I'm talking to you, Mr. Putin. Come on, Pooty Poop. I got something for you. Oh, Winnie the Pooh? Yeah, bring his ass over here, too. I got something for him. Yeah. Look, fundamentally speaking, we need to decide what's important to us right now. Right now, what needs to be important in the United States is figuring out where all this money has been going, stopping it, finding out who implemented that, arresting them. Personally, I say put them against the wall, treat them like a traitor is, or put them in jail for. I don't like the idea of a lifelong jail because I think life is too good for them.
Yeah.
Unless their roommate's name is Bubba and he likes grape jelly. Then I'm good with it. And I'm looking at you, AOC. I can't wait till you go to jail.
Oh, God. Speaking of AOC.
Yeah. Oh, that woman.
Speaking of AOC. Did you hear about...
Yes.
I didn't even get it out. But
go ahead. Tell them.
So was it that she was actually getting payments, though, from U.S. aid and all that good stuff?
That's a big surprise, huh?
Right.
So I'm going to make an appeal now to my good friend Elon Musk. And I know you're probably not listening to, but I hope one of your little people who happens to be running around in the Twitch sphere sees this and brings this to your attention, Mr. Musk. Do me a favor. I don't care if it's Republican. I don't care if it's Democrat. I don't care if it's independent. I want you to investigate each and every one of these damn congressmen and senators. I want you to look at their net worth 6 months before they became a member of Congress. And I want you to look at how their net worth has come up or gone up since the time they went from Congress till today. You're telling me that not Nancy Pelosi, right? Who's worth what, $72 million or some crazy number now?
Yeah. With $170,000 a year job.
I want to know how she did that.
Yeah. Right. That's that. Yeah.
And if you're gonna sit there and tell me there's no insider trading, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn again.
Yeah.
I do.
I got some seaside property in
No
Arizona.
lie. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I am over this. And if you, and all you politicians that might be listening in, if you took money, if you are bilking the American people, you are a traitor to our country. You know what we did, traitors in the United States? Firing squad.
Firing squad. Yep.
That's what needs to happen. I mean it. I don't care what side you're on. Firing squad.
Right.
You swore an oath. You violate that oath, you need to pay the consequences for that oath. That's where I am. I hope I made my point or made my position clear. I'm not threatening anyone at all. But I'm telling you right now, you swore the oath that I swore. Protect the country against all threats, foreign and domestic, right? Mm-hmm. Guess what you become if you're taking the money that you're not supposed to take from us? A domestic
threat.
With probably foreign interest. But the bottom line is, look at the border right now. They said it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
It's shut down. And oh yeah, cartel boys, I warned you, it's coming.
It is though. There was something there was actually something else though that came up that I found. The CIA or the DEA, one of the two of them, I forget which one, was actually taking funds that was getting established to them somewhere in the ballpark of like $60 million, and it was going to Afghanistan terrorists.
Yeah, why not? You gotta have someone to fight with, right? But what a lot of people don't understand about the United States, are we a force for good? Generally speaking, I would say yes. Do we do dumb stuff all the time?
But here's my problem. Okay, I have brothers that I went to war with that lost their life, and we are paying the very people that we were trying to stop in the
absolutely
like that. Where does that make sense?
Well, it doesn't. Other than the industrial military complex got to test its new weapon systems.
Yeah, but at the cost of lives,
collateral damage. They don't care.
Yeah,
you're just a number.
That's stupid. Like,
it's not stupid. It's antithetical to what we believe as a society. It should not be tolerated. Those people should go on trial. They should be found guilty, and again, get the firing squad treatment.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the National Razor, and for those of you playing the home game that don't know what that is, except for you in France, you know what this is. The National Razor is the guillotine. I am all for bringing it back, like today.
Should that be like the Elite Force Tier 1?
That'd be a fun way. Look, this is what if I had. This is my vision. Okay, and CIA, FBI, all you lovely 3-letter agencies, if you're watching, I love you all. Not alphabet soup. So here it is in a nutshell. If Tier 1 happens, by the way, I still want 10% for the damn show rights. If it happens, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to capture a couple of the heads of these cartels alive, and then I want you to put them on stage. I want you to put that little hood on their head, put them in the guillotine, pull the hood off their head, tell them to tell everybody in the world who they are, and then I want you to chop their head off. Now, there are people out there you are a brutal person. Yeah. The world is brutal.
Yep.
You want to stop thuggery? You want to stop this evil? You cut its head off.
Yeah. Just like the head of a snake.
That's exactly what it is. Now, does that make me morally, ethically questionable? Sure. I don't care. Ethics don't matter to me in this case, because you're killing thousands and thousands and thousands of people with these drugs. You're undermining our society.
And Carrollton, Texas. Oh my God! Speaking of that, the drugs, Carrollton, Texas.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Yeah, right. Carrollton, Texas, at R.L. Turner. I went there for one semester, right, or one half of a year, while a house was getting completed at R.L. Turner High School in Carrollton, Texas. Now, if you guys don't know, Vanilla Ice actually graduated from this school. A lot of people are like, "Oh, but he's from Miami." No, he's not. He's actually from right here in Texas.
I'm
Carrollton. Yeah, he's actually from Carrollton, Texas.
That's why he knows how to flip houses.
Yeah, right. So, but at R.L. Turner, 1.3 million students. 1.3 million students in the span of 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Have lost their life due to fentanyl.
That's crazy.
Right. I'm sitting there going, at 1.3 million students, really? Like, that's a lot. But when you actually look at Carrollton, um, Carrollton Farmers Branch and Whole, there's actually multiple schools.
Yeah.
And so R.L. Turner just happened to be one of them, and they brought that up.
Yeah, I just look. There are shades of how you deal with certain things in this world. You don't hug terrorists. You don't hug cartel members. You don't play patty cakes with people who want to undermine your society. You end them.
Mm-hmm.
And you show them that you mean business. Because whether you like it or not, much of the world is dark. Much of the world, everybody makes the comparison, and this is a good one, I think, honestly. They like to compare the United States to the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Okay? Do you know what the Romans did to the people of Gaul when they tried to break into the upper part of the Roman territory? Now, keep in mind, and in this particular time period in history, the people of Gaul were being chased by Genghis Khan and his ilk of crazy people. So they had the Mongolians coming at them, right? They were starving. They had the plague, and they crossed the river into Rome. And they were told by the Romans, they're like, "Look, don't do it. Stay on your side of the river. We don't want you here." So they did it anyway because they really, you get to die of plague and starvation, or get your head chopped off by a Mongol, or take your chances with the Romans. Well, Romans were the best opportunity. You know what the Romans did? They took 1,000 of them and just crucified them right there on the spot. Guess what happened? The Gauls turned and stopped coming. Yeah, most of them died. That's true. But they got the message. Sometimes you got to do something brutal. Now, look, I don't believe we should be crucifying. Yeah, I don't believe that at all. But I have no problem with setting examples when it needs to be set. Any of you who are fundamentalists, whatevers, and you want to go blowing yourself up for Allah, put your hand up, please. I'll help you get there quicker. I will. I got no problem with it. I will send you straight to Allah. No worries.
Yep.
I will. I'll send you right to him. You can die for what you believe in. If you're really that steadfast, I applaud you. Congratulations. You're a maniac.
And nobody said the 72 virgins were all going to be females.
No, well, not only that, they're Virginians, not virgins. Wait till George Washington gets a hold of you, buddy. Just saying. Not to be a smart aleck. But the bottom line is we have to choose our battles right now. And we're making this little trap that Zelensky set, and I'm going to tell you straight up, it was a trap.
Yeah.
Trump walked right into it. He knew full well Trump couldn't control himself. And does that make Trump a bad guy? No, that makes him a hothead. And I get it. I would be too if I were him. I took a pay cut to become president again. Yeah. And I'm sure he's just sitting there shaking his head going, why am I here? I could be in Mar-a-Lago playing golf, enjoying life, looking at my hot wife.
Yep.
I don't need this. But he feels a sense of obligation. Hey, more power to you. Again, I'm not a sycophant for Trump by any stretch.
Yep.
But I think Trump made his point, and his point was pretty simple. Look, we're done footing the bill for you kids. Sorry, playtime's over.
So me and Heather were actually talking about this, and if you think about it, though, Donald Trump was he was a Democrat.
Sure, lifelong.
Yeah. Well, the Democrats over time have gone so far left that they've kind of left the Democratic Party.
Yes.
And so me and Heather were actually talking about this. Donald Trump is probably still a Democrat.
Absolutely.
He's just doing it under Republican name because
that's the only way he could get elected. And this is the problem. This is why he's a populist. This is one of the reasons I call him a populist. He's not a conservative. He never has been. He's not a Republican. He doesn't hold any Republican values.
Yep.
But you got you got to realize this. Okay, here's one that's going to hurt your brain. If I were to use the word conservative, not Republican, but conservative in say Great Britain, do you know who I'm actually talking about? The left that we have in the United States right now. That's their conservative party. That's how crazy it is. Yeah. That's how out of whack the rest of the Western civilization is. And if you think I'm wrong, just look at their policies. Look at what they believe.
Right.
There is no like right wing ultra. They would call them ultra right nationalist if you were to say conservative for the equivalency. And they're scared to death of those people because they believe in having borders. Oh no, what a concept! They act like a border wall's never been done before. Have you heard of the Great Wall of China? For God's, do you realize there's 128 countries that have border walls?
Yeah,
but the United States is the only one that's not allowed to have one. Get the hell out of here! Right. You people are stupid.
If you go through parts of the, I'm just going to flat out say it. Like if you go from Iraq to Iran to Afghanistan, there's walls. When you go across a border, they have barbed wire fence. Now, I'm not going to say the entirety of the.
Well, they don't have to though because they're out in a lot of places. You don't need them.
Right. I'm not going to say that the entirety of the border has it.
Yeah.
But when you're going down the road, they have little flip gates that they have to manually flip up to get.
And you know full well where you are. Yeah. They make that very apparent very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is, look, the problem we have here in the U.S. is we really have bad short-term memory problems. And two, we don't understand history. Yeah. We just don't. Yeah. We have this fundamental misunderstanding of what has happened and transpired in the past. Now, has Russia always been a bad agent? No. Russia at one point was the light of the West in a lot of ways under people like Catherine the Great. And was she good? No, she was a terrible person. But she did some fantastic things for Western society. Yeah. The bottom line is we are at a crossroads in time. Okay. It is now time for those that believe that the fundamental ideas of the West are righteous and correct and stand up and take your shot to put down this I would call it fundamentalist movement that has come from the places like the Middle East, and to put down this other nasty little thing called communism, which has been around for a very long time. It keeps reinventing itself, kind of like herpes. Still doesn't do anything to fix it. Look, I get into this argument too. I used to teach graduate school, and I always have that one smart ass student who read a book about Marx and Engels. Okay, these are the fathers of communism and Marxism. Oh, they're such good people. Blah 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 blah. And you know what? My response is always the same. Yep, they wrote the Communist Manifesto. It was a fantastic book, written by a bunch of dullards. Okay. Karl Marx never held a job a day in his life. He was constantly bumming money off of Engels. Engels finally cut him off, which made him angry. The reality is this. If you really believe their theories were popular, I want you to do some homework now, kids. Go to Google. Go back and look at the London Times. Look at the local newspapers of the time and the comments. Better yet, go to the German time, the different German papers. They hated these guys. They thought they were idiots. They were laughing stocks. They were. Nothing they said made any sense. And people were like, what are you talking about? Seize the means of production. Get the hell out of here. They knew full well that what they were driving at was dumb, and they laughed them out of popular belief. Now, did they eventually coerce a bunch of dummies to do what they... Yeah, they found some tools. There's always a bag of tools laying around somewhere. We usually call them Marines, but whatever. No, I'm teasing now. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. I'm bad. Miss Boozy. Got to get my licks in where I can.
Right.
But the bottom line is and if you don't believe I'm telling you the truth, fine, don't believe me. Fact check me. Look it up. Go to Google. Check it out. Check it out. To understand your enemy, you got to know where it comes from. And you idiots who run around wearing Che Guevara stuff, I want to smack the crap out of you every time I see you. You little local U-boot, the people that work at what's that damn place called? Oh, Starbucks. I don't go there anymore. But a lot of them like to wear Che Guevara stuff because he's so cool. He's so trendy. That dude is a thug terrorist. He was a murderer. He would have gladly put one in your head, by the way, especially if you were on an alternative lifestyle. He didn't agree with that at all, by the way. So you might want to learn.
I don't know.
Che Guevara is a very bad Cuban. He was Cuban, but he spent most of his time running around like Argentina and stuff.
Yeah, see, I'm a Levi and Wranglers kind of guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, did Trump screw up? Yeah, he did to a point. I think so. But I don't blame him. I would have been hot. I would have been like, get out of my house. We don't need you. Look.
Well, in the end, that's what they told him.
Yeah, and that's what they should have told him.
Yeah.
You want to talk? You want to come to the hand that's feeding you, and you want to bite that hand. Well, you know how the proverb goes. The bottom line here is this is not going to end well for Zelensky now.
Right.
He may rally some help to him short term, but I promise you, over the long haul, it's going to be the United States that's going to bail him out of this mess, and it's not going to be because of him. It's going to be because of that poor ambassador. I don't know her name, and I feel for you, lady. But she's going to be begging on her hands and knees, going, please, please, please bail us out. Forget about that crazy comedian. He was joking.
Yeah.
That's what she's going to be saying for a while. And
he even went on national television, though, afterwards.
Of course he did.
It was like, and they asked him very directly,
yeah,
why didn't you just say, thank you, Mr. President, I will accept your terms for the mineral rights and such, and thank you for stopping the war.
Yep.
Why didn't you just say that
and
shake his hand?
And what was his answer?
He went on a like just I don't even know how to describe it outside of it was a Biden fumble of a speech that he went on.
Yeah,
like Biden level fumble, saying,
well,
you know, it was a bunch of, you know what? It wasn't even that. It was Kamala Harris style talking.
Yeah.
It was talking full circle.
Word salad.
Yeah.
So the bottom line here's what's, you want my honest take. This is what I think they're going to try to do. Here you go. And left wing media, if you're watching this, here's your talking point. You ready? Get ready. Write it down because I know you guys are slow. This is what they're going to do. Zelensky's going to come out eventually with a public service announcement saying, my bad. We have a communication problem because of the language barrier.
Yeah, that's probably.
And you know what my answer would be if I was Donald Trump? You made your bed, lay in it, bitch. And that would be that.
Yep.
I wash my hands of you. Inshallah, Habib. Have a good time with that. Enjoy being a Russian manwich. That's what you're about to be. Because at that point, I have a feeling Putin's going to take the gloves off and he's going to, I'm sorry to say it, he's going to light them up.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many people from Brussels come over. I don't care how many of the French come over. I don't care how many Germans throw cars at them. It ain't going to fix it.
Right.
This is not going to go away. Now, the only country over there outside of the Scandinavian, like Finland countries, is the one that I would be worried about if I were the Russians, and I hope you're taking notes. Stay away from Poland. They are not playing with you no more. And we got their back all day, every day. I like to call them second Florida. That's who they are. They're ready to go. And they're just like, turn us loose, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually do this really quick.
Okay.
I wanna share this.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it because it's something that happened, and I'm just like, you know, it needs to be talked about. It does. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna bring this up, and let me actually change this to full screen so that. Does that change it? That did. All right. Share.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the actual speech, and I'm just gonna put it on there real quick.
That you disrespected him and the vice president and all of America in the Oval Office. Do you think you did? And do you think you owe an apology to President Trump?
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for the invitation for this dialogue, and good evening to all your country, to all Americans. I'm very thankful to Americans for all your support. You did a lot. I'm thankful to President Trump and to Congress bipartisan
And,
support.
and you,
And
you
I was
see what I'm
always
talking
very
about. Like, it
thankful
goes
from
full
all
word salad.
our people.
Well,
You helped us.
okay,
both
pause
from the
it
very
for a
beginning.
sec. So here's the deal. This was planned. There's
Yeah.
no two ways about it. Everything he's reading right off of a teleprompter. And if you don't realize it, there is a translator standing off camera that he'll keep looking at because he doesn't understand what the hell he's saying.
Mhm.
He doesn't speak good English. You know why he doesn't? He's a comedian from
Yeah.
Ukraine. That's why. He ain't very smart.
Yeah.
All he knows is Russia bad. I hate Putin. That's what he knows. All you got to do, he's like a lot of these people who have the Trump derangement syndrome, right? You want to know if someone has TDSD? Just walk up behind him and whisper, Trump, and watch if they react. If they react, you know you got one.
Right.
And for him, it's Putin.
Yeah.
Russians.
Yeah.
I get it, and I understand his fear. His fear is valid because they want to kill him. Do I want him to die? No. But he shouldn't have done what he did.
Yeah.
He is making a play for the liberal left of the European Union and for the United States because for some reason he believes they're all going to stand up together, sing kumbaya, and that's going to make the Russians go away.
Yep.
It's not going to work. And in fact, it could escalate this mess.
Yeah.
And look, if this is the beginning of World War III because of what this dummy just did, I will go to Ukraine. I swear to God, I will go to Ukraine and I will piss on your grave.
Yeah. I
Take
mean,
a big old daddy bro dump on it. I am over this mess.
but I mean, you hear like what he just
Yeah, he's doing what all of them do. He's sputtering and stuttering and he's talking in word salad because he has nothing else.
Yeah.
He did not get the reaction that he expected he was going to get.
Yeah.
He did.
And
He knows he's cooked. That's what's even better.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like AOC when someone says, "Hey, bitch, go get me a beer." God, I wish I was in Congress right now.
Right. Exactly.
Every time I'd see her, "Hey, can you get me a beer, please?"
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about your foreign policy ideas.
Yeah. All of them. We'll sit
Well,
down.
over beers. Well, we'll talk and you'll get beers. How's that?
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot stand these vapid people anymore.
Oh my god.
And I'm sick and tired, and I don't know there's some new chick who's taken over the new AOs. I call it it's not me actually. It's Ben Shapiro. He calls it the fresh face, so fresh, so face.
Oh.
There's some black chick who is effing. She's cussing JD Vance and cussing.
Yes.
What's her name?
Oh.
I just call her Dushella.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't even. She's so unimportant. I don't know her name, but she's one of those people that I would really like 15 minutes to talk to. The arrogance, the absolute arrogance of these. Look, for those of you who don't know me or don't know my background, okay, let me lay something out for y'all. I hold multiple master's degrees. Okay, I've been in the school systems and academics, quote unquote, for over 20 years. Okay. So I'll put my brain pan up against anybody on almost any subject, with very few exceptions. And the very fact that these dumbasses run around and say, "You Republicans are too stupid. You don't trust science." That's not how science works. First off, stupid. Yeah.
Is it Jasmine Crockett?
Crockett, something like that. I just call her, whatever.
I think that might be.
Bitchella. I don't know. I can't take them anymore. And the bottom line is we, and I'm looking at all you out there in Wonderland, we need to stand up and mock these jackasses. The whole gang of them. Start mocking them. You want to make them ineffective. You want to make them go away. Laugh at them. Every time they say something stupid, call them to the curb on it. That miserable old woman out in California, and I'm not talking about Nancy. I'm talking about the other one. What's her face?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Weathers, something like that.
I don't know. She's the one talking about getting in the streets and getting violent. Yeah. You are inciting violence. You need to go to jail, lady.
Yeah.
You've been in Congress way too long.
And she's doing exactly what they blamed Trump for.
Look, if you want to know what the left's up to, just look at what they're projecting on Trump.
Yep. Because
that's what they're professional projectors.
Mm-hmm.
It's not overly Freudian either to figure out what they're up to. You can call me whatever name you want to call me.
Maxine Waters.
That's my girl.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
She's gonna have my love children someday.
Yeah, yeah.
I cannot look. I can't we can't tolerate these people.
And Jasmine Crockett is the other one. Yep.
And of course, my good friend, I saw MSNBC finally got smart and started firing people.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't that sad? Joy Reid, bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you can go work at that McDonald's where Trump was at.
The one name that just doesn't make sense. That, you know, it's supposed to incite joy, but it doesn't. It just incites anger.
Yeah.
Like,
Joy Behar. Ooh.
yeah. Well,
That's another group I would love to get on The View for 5 minutes. I'd make them all cry. I would. Or I'd be assaulted, one of the two.
Oh, I mean, Whoopi would probably assault you.
Let's bring it. Don't think I won't hit a man dressed in drag. I'd beat her ass.
Oh, man. So, yeah, between it's Ayanna Presley, that's the bald one, Maxine Waters, and then Jasmine Crockett.
And you have the Somali chick from Minnesota, who, by the way, should probably be deported.
Oh, God, yeah.
She married her brother or something, which is fraud.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, these people, they may very well believe what they believe. I don't know them well enough to say that they do or don't, but they are agitators for a reason.
Yeah.
They are great level 1 agitators, and there is only one way to handle those kinds of people. Point out where they make stupid statements, laugh at them, belittle them, put them in the proper light. Okay? If your ideas are so damn good, get a majority vote that's going to agree with you, because you don't have good ideas. All you want to do is complain about stuff and try to blame people like Elon Musk, who are actually look. Let me make this clear. I'm not a fan of Elon Musk. I'm not. Is he smart? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
How many people do you know that can read a book about rockets and then actually make a rocket that catches itself?
Yeah.
Hello.
And you're talking about Omar. Okay.
Omar Elon or whatever island. She's got a crush on Elon too.
Yeah, Elon, Omar.
Well, no, it's AOC that has the crush on Elon, actually.
Yeah, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, God, I love her.
Ayanna Presley, and then Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah, the sourpuss of the bunch.
Yeah.
The one with glasses who always looks like she's been sucking on lemons for too long. Look, it's wrong for me to deride the way they appear. I get that. That's a childish thing. But I'm a child. I'm a man-child, so I don't care. First. Secondly, you're a public person. You want to be in the public eye. Suck it up, buttercup. This is what happens.
Yeah.
If you think you got... And I'll tell you what, AOC, I'm going to make a direct statement to you, my dear. Anytime, any place, anywhere on the planet Earth or otherwise, you want to have a straight-up debate, come on. Let me know. I'll pay to fly you. How's that, pumpkin? Anytime, any place. Oh, do me one favor. Bring your bottle cap opener for me so you can pop my beer when I'm done beating your ass. I'll make you cry, girlfriend. I'll make you go right back to New York crying.
Yep, bring your Barkey.
Yeah, bring it, because you're going to need it. You better bring some shots, too, because I think you're going to need those. AOC is a
national treasure.
Yeah, she absolutely is. You know what? She needs to be locked up in Fort Knox right next to all that fake gold.
Oh, my God. That was the best. The best.
I can't take it anymore, guys. I just look. The problem for my entire life, I have always been the outsider looking in, thinking I was in the wrong because I had these conservative values. The reality is there's a lot of people like me that are we work for a living. We have stuff to do. We got families. We got responsibilities. We don't have time to go duct taping ourselves to the Mona Lisa and throwing paint at things, right? we don't do those stupid things. Why? Because we're responsible parts of society. Mm-hmm. Now, you dullards out there who want to protest and who want to, by the way, don't ever do it in front of me, burn a flag, knock yourself out. You have the right to do that. But there's this nifty thing called Newton's law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I promise you, the reaction you'll get from me is not very friendly.
Yeah.
Same. You want to do it, go for it. Just know you're going to pay the price, because I'm going to light you up like a shish kebab. The bottom line is, if you guys want to do these stupid things, hey, we fought for you to have the right to do it. Mm-hmm. But understand, there's a consequence that comes with these actions. You act like a dumbass, I'm going to call you a dumbass. And I'm not going to be PC about it anymore. I'm done biting my tongue and saying, "Oh, I shouldn't say that because someone might get their pearls clutched." Suck it. That's what I say to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm done. I'm done being friendly. Uh-oh, he went dark on me. Don't
Yeah,
go dark.
no, it got all blurry, so I was
I'm
like, I'll
scared
leave
when I'm
this.
alone. Don't do it. Hold me. Hold me. They're coming to my house.
Yep.
And I really mean it, AOC. Anytime, any place, anywhere you want, and you pick the. I'll even be gentle. I'll be gentle. I'll let you go first so you can lube up right.
Yep.
You pick the topic. You pick this up: foreign policy, domestic policy, international trade. Let's go, girlfriend. You're so damn smart. I don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Go for it. See what happens. I'm not even a politician. I'll wipe the floor with you.
Yeah.
I'm just a crazy person from Texas.
See, I feel like though, and does she even have a education in anything that she actually talks about?
I want to say she has quote unquote an economics degree of some sort from Boston College or Boston University or some other bullshit. I don't know. What that basically means is she's a leftist who is taught leftist theory on economics, and that's what she thinks works.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't top of her class. She's a bartender for a reason. That's about as high as she should have aspired. But because she's much like Barack Obama, okay? Everybody thinks Barack Obama is a super smart dude. You know what he's really good at? He is really good at organizing chairs in a row.
Yeah.
We call them community organizers. That's what they like to call themselves. And what that means is they go to places like VFWs, no offense to the VFW. They go to the American Legion. They go to churches. They go to rec centers, and they put all the chairs in a line. And they get all these suckers, intelligent family type people, to come and listen to their BS. And they hug him and they kiss him and they pat him on the head and say, "I feel your pain. Just give me some money."
Yep.
That's what they're good at.
They're good at talking.
They're good at talking, but they're not good at saying anything. They're even worse at actually following through with what they say they're going to do. Now, whether you like Donald Trump or not, and that's fine not to, because frankly, I don't. The man told you what he was going to do.
I've been saying that.
And guess what he's done? Exactly what he said he wanted to do. He's a freaking wrecking ball, and I love it because I tell you, I have been waiting for this moment for 40 plus years. Since Ronald Reagan came through and went away, God rest his soul, we haven't had a president like this that just does not give an F. He doesn't care. And one of the main reasons I really believe this, and I may be wrong, but I don't think I am because I'm usually right about 99% of the time. Woo! Anyway, one of the main reasons they hate Trump so very much, they can't buy him.
Yeah, no, I've been saying that since 2015.
You ever notice how they hate Elon Musk too? Why?
Yeah.
They can't buy him.
Yeah.
And these dumbasses, and I'm going to use the term because that's the fitting, appropriate term for these people. These dumbasses on Twitter, on Reddit, on Facebook. He's going to steal my Social Security. He's worth $300 billion freaking dollars. Why does he need your $10?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Like your Social Security is chunky.
He makes more money in a minute than you will in a lifetime, you idiots.
Yeah.
And don't tell me that he's setting himself up as an oligarch and he's going to make all this money. He's already made all this money, you stupid twit.
Yeah.
And he's actually done something worthwhile for society.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing that bothers. And here's another thing that bothers me that they're doing now. He's not even an American nationalist.
Okay.
No, you're right. He's from South Africa that came here legally.
Yeah.
Legally. That's the key term.
Yeah.
I don't care that he's an immigrant.
Yeah. So I thought we hated immigrants though. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm. No,
he's a legal immigrant and not an illegal immigrant. That's the difference.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the difference.
And now, and I think he was just on Joe Rogan. I don't know if you caught it. He was there like a day ago. And one of the things that he was talking about how he thinks he's going to get killed now because people are threatening his life. And he's like, I don't know. I might have to back up off this. And Joe's like, no, go for it, man. Just put the pedal down. Keep ripping them up because you can't you got to make a choice in life, right? There comes a point where every man and every woman and even you, AOC, You have to stand up for what you believe in, and you have to be willing to go to the carpet for it. And I know I'm not talking proverbially munching it either, but you get what I'm saying. The bottom line, AOC, is you got to stand up for what you believe in and be willing to sacrifice yourself. And the problem is people like you, little twitches, you don't have the cojones for it. You don't have the stuff for it. You don't have the blood in the game. You may talk a lot of talk, but I promise you, if stuff goes south, you're running behind your security in a second.
Yep.
Donald Trump didn't.
Nope.
I'm not going to. And I'm going to tell you this, you get one shot, baby. You're going to come at the king. You better kill me. I promise you. I'll give you last rites and then scatter you over 7 states. No sweat. Done with it.
Yep.
These people, the only thing they understand is people standing up to them and telling them that they're stupid and meaning it, that they are stupid.
Yep.
We've got to stop this and stop throwing around the Nazi term. You don't know what it means.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It is. That one bugs the shit out of me.
You want to have it? You want to know what a Nazi is? I dare you to go to Dachau. Go to Auschwitz. That's what a Nazi is. Stop using the term, because if you don't, they're going to come back.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't. I don't want to.
Like,
they're
just
like
sending them back in time. Like, at the whole Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Where they send them back and make them live through it. Could you imagine sending some of these people and say, hey, look, you're going to now live the life of a Jew, of a true Nazi. Let's see what you actually think of Donald Trump. Or
they use terms that they don't, they say stupid stuff. Oh, you're a racist. Really?
Yeah.
That's why the NAACP gave him awards all those years ago.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
When those black guys in Harlem needed money, who did they go to? They didn't go to a bank, dumbass. They went to Trump. And they did the proposal and he said, no, I'm not gonna make this loan for you. And they're like, oh, I don't understand. He goes, I'm just gonna give you the money. Go away.
Yeah. That's exactly what he did.
He didn't even get the money back. And people don't know this because they're so caught up in this NSNBC nonsense. Stop watching the propaganda.
MSDNC.
I can't with these people.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say one thing I'm a little disappointed about. And maybe he'll correct this. And I'm looking at you, Kash Patel, you sons of I want the names on that damn list.
Oh, yes.
I don't want excuses.
Yeah.
I don't want empty binders. I want the freaking names.
I think
I'm going to put this out for everybody that lives in my neighborhood. If you're on that damn list, you best stay away from my child.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
You know what's funny about that, though, is supposedly Tom Hanks is on there.
Not supposedly, he is.
Yeah.
That's not supposed. They know it.
And
Bill Gates is too.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Why do you think he got divorced? His wife didn't tolerate that nonsense.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's so much of the elite, the true elite,
big time. You know what? They should all go to jail.
Yeah.
Just Gazelle or Gazoo or whatever her damn name is doing what 25 plus life for aiding and abetting. What do they call it? Underage, whatever, sex trafficking. So who was it that they were sex trafficking to? That's the names I want. And I want them charged because I promise you, if they had enough to put her away, they got enough to put them away.
Yep.
All I keep hearing is we're going to have an equal system. Well, pumpkin, we'll see. When you lock up Bill Clinton, being the little rapist that he is, yeah, I'm looking at you, Mr. Dicky Doo.
Yep.
When you lock him up, I'll say you got an equal system. Until that happens, we don't have an equal system.
And please don't smoke his cigars.
Oh, yuck. Money talks and BS walks. And right now, the BS is doing a little tap dance because everybody's afraid of these people. Stop being afraid. They're just people. None of them are Yoda. I promise you. None of them can levitate. They all put their pants on one leg at a time. And if they breathe and bleed, we can kill them. Not saying we should. Not saying we shouldn't. Just saying. It is what it is. Yep. You got to do what you got to do.
Right.
But VA, Veterans and VA and the Veterans Administration, I want you guys to know this, and I hope you all are listening very carefully. Your days are numbered.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking specifically at you, Dallas VA.
I'm surprised that it hasn't started already.
Oh, it's coming. I'm sending emails every day to Doge's little catch 'em group. Every day I'm whispering in their ears, and I'm dropping names of executives, and I'm dropping names of dumbasses who tell me stupid things. Yeah, you know who you are, pumpkin. Your days are coming. And I hope they burn it to the ground, frankly. I mean, I feel bad for the front end workers because they're not bad people. It's the administrators that suck.
Yeah.
Every one of them sucks. And there's not one that I've met that's worth the time of my day to talk to them. But the reality is, this is where we are in the world. It is time to clean house, completely clean house. And by the way, this goes out to my other favorite co-equal branch of the government, the freaking judicial system. You dumbasses. Okay, here we go. If you're I don't care, you're right wing, left wing, I don't give a damn. Your job is pretty damn simple. You read this nifty thing called the Constitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
In black and white, it enumerates the powers of the executive branch.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump, whether you like it or not, is the head of the executive branch. If you work in a department that falls under the executive branch, guess what that means? He can fire your ass.
Yep.
Full stop. There's no what ifs. There's no maybes. And I don't care what the stupid labor unions say. They don't have standing, and they know it. Stop gumming up the works. Do your job. Do it correctly. Do it right. Because the world is watching. History will note those that stand in our way.
Mm-hmm.
They will. You will be noted for what you've done. And if you think I'm wrong, just give it time. You'll see. You'll definitely see. Ah, you got me fired up tonight, dude.
Hey, you know what? It's worth it. But see, okay, so the three branches of government that everybody needs to realize that what he's talking about is the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. All right.
I can never say that right either.
Yeah, judicial.
Judy Jews.
Judy. So they are three separate, but the executive is what President Donald Trump falls under.
Yes.
And all of the programs that fall under him are under the executive order. Yep. So any executive order that he puts out, if he says, I'm firing half of everybody under the executive branch, that's it. That's it. Yep. That's a Thanos snap. It's done.
So here's another tasty little treat with that. Okay. So here's the problem. For years and years and years, and I'm looking at you all the way back to freaking Woodrow Wilson and FDR. Okay, you dumbasses started this mess with these nasty little executive orders, right? Mm-hmm. Anything that you wrote with an executive order, by the way, circumvents Congress. That's fine. You want to play that game. Understand what's good for you. It's good for us. Yep. And that's exactly what Donald Trump's doing. He's giving you a taste of your own medicine. Anything that you write in an executive order, I can unwrite in an executive order. Oh, by the way, that's how it works. Yep. You don't like that game, you probably shouldn't have started it. Mm-hmm. But as is always the case, the liberals are really good at good for me and not for thee. No. We're not playing those games anymore. And I really hope that the Republicans get their crap together for a change. See, this is the problem we've always had. Republicans and conservatives, they squabble over the small details. Liberals are really good at banding together and saying, we hate you, and getting shit done. We're not so good at that, but we need to be unified now. We need unification. We need every one of us that's a Republican and conservative stand arm in arm, stand up and say, we are not going to take this crap anymore out of you wingding weirdos. You want to be a, red-haired flaming maniac? Knock yourself out. Don't touch my kids. Don't try to jab me with a stupid needle, and stay the hell out of my politics. Yep. Stay out of my life. Leave me alone. The more you leave us alone, you can live in fairyland. I don't care. But the minute you tell me I've got to agree with you, or I've got to call you by a certain name, or I've got to do this, or now we have a problem. That's where the rubber meets the road, so to speak.
Yeah. And
I am. Yeah. Go
so
ahead.
everybody, well, now another thing though that I want to bring up though too, that it is, and this is another fabrication that I've heard on the news outlets. Even Fox has made the mistake of saying stuff like this, is that Trump has signed over 100 executive orders, blah, blah, blah. He has not. He
Okay.
hasn't even made it over 80 yet.
Really? I thought he had like 200 or something.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't actually made it to 80 yet.
Well,
So
that's still he's smoking it.
yeah, but that's more executive orders in the in the first 100 days. That's more executive orders than the past 40 years combined.
Yeah, of course. And he should, because this is the only way he's going to get stuff done.
Yeah.
Look, this is how businesses really run.
Yep.
The guy at the top is usually smarter than about 90% of the other people in the room. And when he's not, guess who's standing next to him? The smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
By the way, if you didn't know, that's Elon. Hate to say it, but he is. And his little brain trust of weirdos. You know, hey, whatever. Look, whether you guys like to admit it or not, we geeks, we run the world, baby.
Yeah.
And we're showing you right now that we do.
Yeah. And the AI system that's actually going through everything line by line, that's saying, hey, we could cut this out and actually make this much money.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, and look, that's another one that's hurting my brain. I was on Facebook the other day, and I can't remember the wackadoodle's name, but some douchebag was going off on how, well, it's because these kids don't know how to do cobalt, that they don't understand that when it says someone's 130 years old, they're not actually 130 years old. It's just a placeholder. Well, let me tell you something, Pumpkin. I cut my teeth on cobalt. Okay. Most people don't use it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think for a second AI is not smart enough to understand what the hell cobalt is, you probably don't know what AI is. So you might want to shut up because you're talking nonsense. That argument doesn't fly. And I get it. You guys don't like Elon because he turned out to be right wing. You really don't like Elon because he took away your major talking channel with Twitch or Twitter, rather. Sorry, not Twitch. When he took that away from them, they had a pissy fit like I've never seen in my life. They were like, I cannot believe. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? You thought we were just going to take it and never get angry enough to do something about it?
Right. Yeah.
You've been lying for years.
I got to get the name to this. There's actually somebody that I was told to follow as well. But this woman is deaf and blind, and she has been writing the algorithms. Data Republican. That's what it is.
Oh,
Data Republican.
That's hot.
It is a woman.
No,
She is deaf and blind.
Well, that'll upset them.
Yeah, and she's been helping with a lot of it.
Must be that she doesn't know that it's Donald Trump because she can't see him.
Yeah,
that must be what it is. She can't see the orange.
Right. So
you know what's ironic too? My car is orange. I love it. It's my favorite damn color now.
Yeah, right. That's a.
You know it is. I mean, come on.
So she is an anonymous data expert. She's telling Elon about a lot of what's going on. She's sites on her account to spread. What? No, that's not right. That's misinformation one.
All right, misinformation.
Yeah, no, let me go to her actual. Okay, she's actually got her own website. So billions of dollars spent on government grants, charities, and organizations every year. Have you ever wondered where the money is awarded and where it ends up? So she has been able to go back and find receipts and sending the stuff to Elon Musk and saying,
Right.
hey, look into this. Hey, look into that. Look into this charitable foundation. Look into this nonprofit. Look at where the money's going. Look at where the money's coming from. That's one woman.
Look, people don't understand how AI really works, and and like we talked about it, and I hate to be like this, but we talked about it in one of the last stream, right? How if you understand Boolean searches and you understand how to use specific keywords and be very specific with what you're looking at, AI learns very, very fast.
Yep.
And right now it's saying, "Hold my beer." Here we go.
Yeah.
And just what you know, what the best part is, we haven't even gotten to the really bad stuff yet.
Yep.
We haven't taken on the programs like Social Security. We haven't taken on the healthcare stuff. Just wait.
Exactly.
Just wait. And if you get all bent out of shape over USAID or whatever whatever you want to call them, as I like to call them, formerly known as just wait. It's going to get better.
Yeah.
Why is it that we have 7 different agencies that protect salmon in Alaska? Can anyone answer that to me? Why? Why can't it be under one? I mean, I get it. It's an incredibly huge fish that's beautiful and delicious. And I get everybody wants a piece of that action, but why can't it be under one dude who can watch the fish?
Yep.
There's a thought. I mean, that's just one example off the top of my head. I frankly, I don't understand it. And the bottom line is people have been getting away with this nonsense for 40 years because it's always the same game in Washington, right? We're going to make it better. We promise we're going to do it. And then everybody has amnesia and forgets that they made the promise. Well, Trump didn't. He meant it.
Yep.
And he said, he looked in the mirror and he goes, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the smartest dumbass of them all? Elon Musk." There you go. And he calls up Elon and he goes, "Hey, buddy, you want to be famous? Let's go." And here you have it. And I'm pretty sure that Elon didn't realize the scope of this when he took it on, because if he did, he probably wouldn't have. Because frankly, it's not worth the hate. It's not. It just is. But here we are. Anyway, hey man, it's 10.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we went over, but
yeah, it got me all riled up. That's your fault, damn it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, anyways, I'll drop this one last bomb really quick.
Sure, do it. Let's go.
That data Republican actually found, and she puts out people's EIN numbers that have been taking in federal money, but then they do one thing and they say one thing, but they do another in this hand. So while you're watching all this hand's over here taking all the money.
Pocahontas and what's his name? Sanders.
God. Yeah. So we're
Colonel Chicken.
So like Washington State Department of Health, $29 million. That's with an M, everybody.
M.
Of misappropriated funds.
What? Democratically run. What do you know?
Yeah, they were misuse. They have misuse of funds and grants. 29. That's just one health department in one state.
Oh, just wait.
Oh, I know. And who funds that? The federal government. Where does the federal government get that money from? The taxpayers. You're welcome.
I'm really sick of paying it, let me tell you.
I know, right? So, like, it's stupid. Like, there's so much, though, that this woman has found. And I'm so glad that Heather actually brought this to my attention. Like, it's mind-numbing to see what they do. So, anyways, with that, though, I think we're going to go ahead and end there. I know that we usually talk a little bit about D&D, but tonight we're making an exception. We're talking about everything that matters to us veterans. Another thing really quick before we end this podcast is I might actually be changing it up. So VD4GM might actually be going to another time slot. My channel, where it's going to be Night's Weekly News.
Okay? Oh Lord.
Yeah. So, Daddy Bro, we can do this. We'll keep the same time slot, but that way you can join me.
Okay.
We're going to talk about exactly what we did today, like things that actually matter to us veterans.
Well, it should matter to everybody, but
yeah. But these matter to us veterans.
I understand you guys don't get it because you didn't fight and you don't know what it's like to get shot at. I get it, but you're wrong.
So VD4GM is going to take a different time slot. I'm going to move that channel over to another one where we're going to strictly be talking about D&D stuff. But Night's Weekly News is going to take this time slot. We will take an hour of news every Saturday. We'll talk about the week's events.
Well, I'm
And
going to dress up like Walter Cronkite. Is that his name?
me and Daddy Bro are really happy about this. Like, I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it, honestly.
Well, I could play Connie Chung all night long.
Well, you know.
Me and Tom Brokaw, we go back
Right.
that way.
Yeah. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's and theys, whatever you want to call yourself, I don't really care, but it doesn't matter to me. All right. Whatever makes you happy and floats your boat, Buttercup. So you guys have a wonderful time, a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you had a great week this past week. Next week will be even better and brighter. Whatever you do, just if you need help, you can contact us. We are here for you guys. All right. So Daddy Bro, I'll let you do the closeout because you're really good at it. You already got
All
the-
right.
You got
Yeah,
the-
you know, it's hard to be pretty. All right,
Yeah.
guys, make sure you get yourself something good to eat. Get yourself something good to drink. Hug the people in your life because you never know how long you're going to have them. And last but not least, if you need help, get help. Getting help does not make you weak. It, in fact, makes you strong. Know this. If I offended you tonight, I don't care.
With love. With love. Lots of love.
Lots of hearts.
Yeah.
Unicorns. Really don't care.
Oh man.
Have a
All
good
right,
night,
ladies
everybody.
and gentlemen, you guys have a good one.